Heard you.
All right, boom shakalaka. You already know the vibe. It's KvN Who run the city. It is Saturday. My bad. It's Saturday. It's tea time and
Saturday.
Ethan Breezy. We back. You know what I mean? We back. It's a little summer hiatus, but we back. You know what I mean?
Facts.
What's good? What's good?
Yeah, I checked the last time we did it. It was 2 months ago. So yeah, this was a hiatus for sure. A lot of shit happened since then, man. A lot of stuff. A lot of others around the water cooler. But
Yeah.
the biggest elephant in the room is the fan game, man. Got Barry. You know what I'm saying? JJ Jackson. Everybody asking about the fan game. Kind of wanted to give him an update. So what's going on? To my knowledge, it's Sunday, right? Next Sunday.
I thought that's probably my fault because I know I saw the message. I went back and looked at the message. It said 2 weeks, and in my mind, for whatever reason, I was thinking about the 20. What is it? 24th. I work. I work next weekend. Yeah, I work next weekend. No, it was the
Okay.
22nd. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking the 22nd when we
Okay.
was talking. But yeah, I worked that weekend of the 15th. I mean, if we could do
Okay.
it the 22nd, that works for me though.
Okay. So there y'all have it. Now what I'm saying, y'all should look for the fan game on the 22nd. On my end, it shouldn't be tough for me to, you know what I mean, switch the day. Uh, but yeah, man, long anticipated. Um, I played T Time twice. I won the first one. Excuse me. I lost the second game.
You played me
Um,
3 times. You lost the first one. You won the second one. We,
I
I don't.
mean,
You don't count the rain game. I count the rain game, bro. If you did want to play in the rain, you shouldn't have played in the rain. You took a L.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I shouldn't have. That's one thing I always regret, and not because I lost, because of the back injury. I remember that day. I should have stayed my ass home. It was a 2-on-2, so technically, yeah, it was me, Ty West versus I think T Tom and Kev,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was a tough loss, man. I was mad at Ty for like 2 weeks, man. Shout out to Ty West, and it was some. I didn't like what happened with me and Ty West after that. You know what I mean? He was blaming me. I was trying not to blame him, like take it on the chin, like yeah, it's a
Hey,
tough game for both of us. It was tough for both of us. We both lost, but then he was like, "Yo, Breezy shot the air ball backwards, laughing with y'all." It was just a lot of bullshit. I'm saying I wasn't really feeling that. So we set up the 1-on-1, and I guess that was technically the second game. And I won that game. And that's when I met Barry. Barry's been big on asking about the fan game. Him, JJ Jackson. Uh Anybody on your end been asking about it? Those are the two that been bothering me the most.
nah, not really. Same people. You know what I mean? Same people. I guess because we haven't really been talking about it, nobody's really been, asking. But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's going
Definitely more
down.
hype. It was definitely more hype on it when the summer started. But when the summer started, it was July 1st. You know the Facebook flashback memories.
Yeah.
I say, yo, we was wow. July 1st. That's
Too hot.
tough. I
Too hot
yeah.
outside.
hmm
Way
I
too
think
hot outside.
September got good basketball weather. You know what I'm saying? You could get some good hooping. I was at the park last week, so I've been an avid park goer this summer. I'm not totally rusty when I get back out there, so
Yeah.
that's good. What about you? You been hooping this summer?
Nope. And I don't got no worries.
I don't expect Knicks fans to worry. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Knicks fans always got a sense of arrogance. Like you really gotta prove Knicks fans something. Um, so I know Barry, JJ, T Tom, and again, spread the word. The 22nd, that is the day. That's about 2 weeks from tomorrow. Yeah, that's 2 weeks from tomorrow. And Yeah, man, just keep spreading the word. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are with it if we promote it though. T-Time. I'm not gonna lie. There's other people that I mentioned this to, and they were excited about it. You know what I mean? Um, Scheduling wise, I think we could. If we schedule it to where it's before school, we'll get more people to come out to the park. What about the park though? What park do you think we should have this at?
I don't know, gang. I ain't even really look into it for real. You know what I mean? But it don't matter. It don't matter where we have it. I'm thinking probably somewhere in the city this time. We've been in Brooklyn the last two times. Well, all the
So,
times that we've been the thing that all the times that we linked up to play ball has been in Brooklyn. I think change it up, hit the city this time. We probably have more details as far as the park go. You know, later, but yeah, I think the city sounds good this time.
okay. I mean, I'm all for it. And all fairness, we had 3 basketball games in Brooklyn. I ain't tripping. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, yeah, but yeah, man, uh, you pull up, man, pull up, man. Let's Knicks fans, let's beat up on some Knicks fans in basketball, man. You know how we do.
Nah, yo, hold up. Nets fans, pull up. Last time, I would say it was more Knicks fans for the most part. And
Always.
again, nobody's debating that there's more Nets fans than Knicks fans in New York City. Nobody's doing that, right? I feel it's a silly debate. We already know the Knicks fans. There's more Knicks fans than Nets fans, but still, it means something for y'all to show up, even if y'all don't play. Angelo Blue, Kaepernick. Bill A. Spliff. These are 3 Nets fans that pulled up that did not play.
Yeah.
Um, Jimmy J1 pulled up. He's a Knicks fan. He didn't play, but
Yeah.
the support mean a lot. You know what I'm saying? Whether
And
y'all on the sideline talking trash, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So
it's just an overall good time, like that. It's just good people, man. That's the most important part. Yeah, I mean, we be out there, it's just good people, just having fun. You know what I mean?
mm,
Supporting and playing, supporting the pod. You know what I mean? And enjoying the game that we all love. You feel me? Like that's just
mhm.
what it comes down to. It's just really good people outside, man. I'm telling you, like every time people leave, they be like, "Yo," we get text messages and messages. Yo, I had so much fun. That shit dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's just good vibes. Is all. You know what I mean? I need to pop out.
JJ, he was trying to expand it. I guess he was like, "Yo, I could beat you in bowling, spades, all this extra stuff." And I guess that will be like the eventual thing that I think this has potential to lead to, where it's just not a Nick fan basketball game, but it's also a Nick fan, that fan. I don't know, bowling, pool, whatever. Just whatever it is. But I'm saying that to say those will all be expansion of it. But we did keep it true to basketball, and I did meet some Nets fans for the first time. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was dope. I met Bill A. Spliff. I met Angelo Blue. I met Kaepernick. Kaepernick is a dope fan. He helped me be part of the practice in the park. I think he gave me tickets and he let me be part of the BK block. That's how, excuse me, was going to the games that season. So there's a lot of great fans out there, you know what I'm saying? So us having this platform for us to link up and actually hoop together and talk ball. I'm glad we started this. I think we did this for like around, this is the 4th season, I believe we going into. I
Yeah.
think this is the 4th season, bro. This is the
Nah,
4th season. This might be the longest hiatus we had in 4 seasons.
nah.
You
This
know what I
is
mean?
this is going into because we did half a season.
Yeah.
This is going into season 5.
See? You know what I'm saying? So 2 months is the longest hiatus we had in that 5 year time
Yep.
span of
Yeah. Because this is Leon Rose's 5th year. We started the pod on the same year that we went to the playoffs,
hmm
for the first
hmm
time. So two back to back. Yeah, this is season 5 game. You know what I
hmm
mean? Well,
I actually watched the first episode just to kind of see how consistent we were. I was off a lot of the times, to keep it real. But I did want to ask you this because this is one of the first things you kind of I remember you saying the first episode is that RJ is going to be a superstar. So from then to now, RJ's superstar radar.
who cares?
What do
He's not a
you?
Nick. Who cares?
Okay,
He's not a Nick.
okay, okay.
Mhm.
But was he a superstar on the Knicks? Did he reach that?
No, he didn't. But he's not a Nick no more. So who cares?
Okay.
You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Let's talk about who is a Knick. I'm hearing all of these Julius Randle rumors. Said his jersey wasn't in the MSG, but everybody else jersey was there. They say where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know. I don't really want to speculate. You the person, you know what I'm saying? You the Knicks fan, I'm asking. Why wouldn't
I'm
I?
saying, bro, if you want to ask these questions, you gotta do your due diligence, man. The guy who the page Big Nick Energy who reported that Julius Randle jerseys wasn't being sold to MSG already apologized for spreading false information.
Oh man.
You know what the sad part is, we all do this podcast thing, and they got a page that they run, doing Nick rumors and Nick information or whatever, and a lot of these guys is pure Knicks for clicks, man. Like even Nick fans do it. You know what I mean, like spin these scenarios and all that just so they could get the clicks. Julius Randle is like for Nick fans is the infinite money glitch. You feel me? Like they know that's how you get clicks because you got the people, well the people who fiend for Julius Randle to get traded or whatever, and then you got the people who support Julius and is fighting a good fight, and that's the infinite money glitch. No matter what side of the spectrum you on, you're going to click and you're going to argue, you're going to debate. So they use Julius Randle as a clutch a majority of the time. You know what I mean? And that's bad business, man. And I don't really expect much from Big Nick fan. What is Big Nick fan energy? I'm not a really fan of that page, but yeah, I still expect more from them. You know what I mean? Like that's nasty work. You know what I mean? Like even after that post was posted, Julius Randle posted on his stories. Soon the truth will come to light after they shared that information. And I keep on telling everybody, Knicks ain't trading Julius Randle, dog. Like I don't like I don't understand. Well, I do understand because it's for clicks. You feel me? Like they either you run a page and you trying to get the clicks for to build up your page, or where they said when people get interactions, that's dopamine. Either you a dopamine fiend or you trying to get clicks. You feel me? But Julius Randle ain't going nowhere. The organization believes in him. You know what I mean? As well as, and it's even more crazy. He said it on who podcast? I think it was 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Uh, he said it. He's like, yo, like social media ain't real, dog. He's like, yo, all that negative shit you see on social media. When I walk the streets of New York, it is nothing but love. I get nothing but love in the streets of New York. You know what I mean? So that goes back to my original point, and I'm gonna land the plane here. All these dudes is doing this shit for clicks. You know what I mean? They know that's what's gonna get the interactions. So that's why they talk about Julius Randle. But Julius Randle ain't going nowhere. Big Nick fan energy. Apologize for that nasty work that they shared, and we're gonna move on from there.
I mean, all right, that's what it is. Listen, man. My thing is, I still feel like they're a tough team, whether they got Julius Randle or not. Keeping them is smart. Trading them is dumb, if you ask me. But on that note, it's just I don't like how he took a short contract. Jalen Brunson took a short contract. OG been there 20 something games and he got the biggest contract over Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle. I
Yeah,
mean, like again, I'm not pocket watching. The significance of my conversation was
you are pocket watching a little bit. Yeah, you are
I
pocket
I
watching a little bit.
y'all couldn't. Everybody kept saying, "Yo, we can't afford Isaiah Hartenstein." Of course, y'all can't. How did y'all pay the guy that's I wouldn't say the most y'all made him the biggest priority contract wise on your team. He get paid the most.
What you just said is cap that we couldn't afford him. It's what we was allowed to offer him. You know what I mean? We had the early bird rights, so it was only so much money that we could have offered him. You know what I mean? Doing what it deals with the early bird rights, and I think we we maxed out. We could only max him out at like 17, and that's just the highest we could go. Not because we didn't have the chicken, just because that's the most that we could offer him. And we freed up that money for him and offered it to him. He just had a better offer. Like that's just what it came down to. We freed up the money to offer to him, and we offered to him, and he just had a better offer. And as far as you know, listen, Jalen Brunson could have made more money than OG, but he decided not to. He decided that winning a championship is more important than a bag. You feel me? And shout out to our captain Jalen Brunson for being a responsible person, and knowing that I could get my money, but that's going to hamper my abilities to try to win a championship. That's going to hamper me getting the help that I need to be a champion. You feel me? We signed OG for that bread, and I think if he stays healthy, it's well worth the money. Yeah, I mean, Julius Randle is also a person that sees the bigger picture, and when his time was the first time to resign, he also took less bread. He signed early to take less bread. You feel me? Because these guys understand if you want to win a championship, you need a supporting cast. You can't do it by yourself. And shout out to my guys, man, for making the sacrifice. And also, when you in New York, not saying that he gonna make all that money back, but you in New York, man, it's the media capital of the world. If your agent is doing what agents supposed to do, you're gonna make a lot of that money on endorsements. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson has been endorsing fucking everything. He got mad endorsements. So yeah, man. Stop pocket watching, big fan Breezy. And pocket watching a little bit, man.
I mean, again, it's just about fitting players. So like for instance, Ben Simmons on our team, he messed up a lot of things we will want to do. But as soon as he come off of the books, we get to free up what we really want to do. But I just felt like Isaiah Hartenstein was an integral piece to what Jalen Brunson did. I don't think there's nobody on that team that ran the pick and roll better than him and Hartenstein. Maybe I'm wrong because I don't watch a lot of games. But I'll tell you who is wrong. And I did want to ask you this because I didn't want to forget this part. Gotham City Channel, whatever that is, they got this new thing where they got the Knicks and the Nets games on the same app, and it costs $41 a month. Me personally, I think that's expensive. I'm only gonna watch the Nets anyways. So for y'all to be charging that kind of money, I think it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? We only got one national game. I think five or one, forget which one it is. And I just think it's a lot to pay for services I don't really want. If I could just watch the Nets game, let me pay for that. Not trying to pay for Gotham City where I got all the New York teams because I'm only gonna pretty much watch one of them. So how you feel about that app? Did you hear about it?
No, I didn't hear about it, but I think it's hilarious. The MSG app is kind of expensive too. It's $40 a month for the MSG app. You know what I mean? But
That's
I'm
what they
cool with
merged. They
yeah.
merged the MSG and Yes Network merged and became Gotham Sports Net, some shit, something like that. And $41 a month, man. That's steep. That's steep.
Yeah,
What happened to the good days when the Yes was $10? You know what
but
I'm saying?
I think it's hilarious that y'all only got five, you know, national games. How far have y'all fallen from a couple of years ago? I remember Big Fan Breezy. We got more national games than y'all. We got they got it put more. He was all hype, chest poked out, yelling. Yeah, we got net five. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, nobody's checking for the Brooklyn Nets, man. And I had a PSA like a week ago, like, yo, Nets fans continue to push content. Continue, but this is show you who's who and what's what. You know what I'm saying? I was going at it with Knicks fans a lot, and then I kind of fall. I was like, oh, let me fall back, and I did that, and I started meeting a lot of Nets content creators. So I was more talking to them. Knicks fans are gonna be all right. Y'all got a national, even though y'all don't really like the representation of Stephen A. He's still a big personality. That's a Knicks fan. There's no big personalities that's Nets fans. So us not having a big personality that's a Nets fan, outside of the color commentators, I mean, Vince Carter, you better be a Nets fan, right? But outside of that, you know, there's no national games and no big personality. It is really up to us, the Net fan podcasters, to continue to push content through this rough season. 32-50 was a lot for me to recap. I recap every game for the most part, and that shit was not easy. With Mikal Bridges and leading the spearheading the charge of that terrible season. What the dude from Chappelle said? He said, "I want all the bad stuff to happen to you, nobody else but you." Like I just want him to do the same thing you did for us. Have missed those game-winning layups, miss those open three-pointers, miss all of those shots that you was ill-advised taking. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We ain't got no love for Mikal Bridges. The whole Net fan base wishes him bad basketball. So
Don't you don't you
that's how we
worry.
feel.
Don't you worry. Mikal is going to play his role on the New York Knicks to perfection. Oh, it's going to be glorious, and you're going to be salty. Oh yeah, I already know how this season of Who Run the City going to go. We're going to come. We're going to pull up. We're going to be talking about games, and you're going to be like, "Oh, wow, Mikal Bridges couldn't do that when he was a Net." Yeah, I already know what's going to happen. I already see the future. I already see the future. Yeah, I mean, and I know Jay over there giving you trouble too. Yeah, you already see the future.
Yeah, he troll me every day, man. He's funny with that.
Tell my
Every
guy I said
day.
what's up, man, if he can hear me.
Jay, T Tom said what up? He said, okay. He's going to school. Shit. Yeah, he troll me every day. He say he want to come out to a Nick fan, that fan game. But yeah, man, he's really funny with this whole Nick fan trolling thing. Like nobody, I know y'all used to troll me a lot, but he trolls me every day. Call me Nick fan pop, all kind of wild stuff. He be wild. But yeah, nah, he's definitely looking forward to the fan game. But yeah, man, yeah, I'm gonna definitely be mad. They got us predicted to play 20 games. 32-50 was tough. That was tough to recap. Mainly because I wasn't expecting. I thought we was at least a 500 ball club. I thought we was gonna be 41-41. I said 45 wins. I was way off. You know what I'm saying? 30 to 45. We talking 15 games. I was off. I was way off. Um, but yeah, man, I expect the front office to, just pretty much be patient, see what we do and get who we get in the draft. Um, that's all I really could expect. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Peterson, he left. He's the GM for the Charlotte Hornets now. He was the assistant GM, and if y'all don't know, the assistant GM is pretty much the one that goes out and actually does the scouting. Actually, is the one going out to these college games and doing the scouting. Now and again, I'm not even fitting to say his name. His name is the most pause-worthy name I've ever said in basketball content. You know what I'm saying? he took over for I'll say it out of respect. His name is BJ Johnson. That is the dude name. His mama named him that. You know, his mama named him that. So I think we're gonna do heavy recruiting. I think it was important for Sean Marks to fill that position. Otherwise, it would have been his accountability, him and Jordy Fernandez, about who we recruit. And that, you know what I'm saying, next draft, which is supposed to be an epic draft. We got the Knicks pick. We don't think we're gonna get a good pick out of them. But my take is that we will get a good pick from the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks we have their protected pick 1 through 4. I don't think they do that bad where they get 1 through 4. So that means 5 through 30 is up for grabs. I do think it's going to be a first round pick. I do think they get far, but I don't know how far, man. I'm gonna say that's gonna be a good pick for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna
Uh,
say maybe teens. I think we might get a teen pick from the Bucks. You think they're gonna be good? I don't think they're gonna be good.
Bucks is probably going to finish top three in the East. Uh,
You got them better
yeah,
than Philly?
I said top three. Well, yeah. Wait, hold on.
I don't got them better than Philly.
It's
I
a
like Tyrese
possibility.
Maxey better than Dame Lillard.
Uh, bro, I'm not sold on Philly, bro. Everybody gassing up Philly. I'm not sold on them guys. All that Paul George hype. Bro is injury prone, Embiid injury prone. Like, I'm not sold on those guys. You feel me? Like, not at all. You feel me? Like, I don't. We don't even know if they work together for real. Like, and everybody got them. You know what I mean? Like, as championship contenders, and we haven't seen them play not one game of basketball together. Uh, but I don't know. I think it's a toss up between either one of those teams. But also, I feel like if you top four, you're not going to be in that pick is not going to be in the teens, dog. Like that pick is definitely going to be in the 20s. You know what I mean? The 20s, definitely.
I don't know how much they're gonna contend. I'm not sold on them. I'm not sold on the Bucks staying healthy with a Dame Lillard. I'm not sold on Middleton staying healthy. Giannis, yeah, I kind of would agree that he's going to be healthy for the most part. But we seen Giannis can't do it on his own. Who's Dame Lillard's backup point? Who's the backup point guard? You know what I'm saying? Who's coming in for Middleton? Yeah, they might have a strong first half, but to finish in the NBA, to play that second half of basketball for 82 games, I think they more gonna be a first half team, not a second half team, and that's for the first half of the season and the first half of just games. I think the Bucks will have a modest record, but I don't got them holding 3 with a strong hold. If they have 3, I got them toggling between 4, 5, and 6. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of their health history. But to your point, yeah, same thing for the Bucks. You know what I mean? From what I can see, Miami really ain't a threat too. I feel like the Knicks and the Celtics are the top 2 teams, and all the other teams is. I won't say Orlando is suspect, but I wouldn't call them a championship contending team neither. Um, the Milwaukee Bucks, Philly, and Miami are supposed to be the teams that's ready to contend with the Celtics and the Knicks. I don't see them there. I see a lot of uncertainty in the standings outside of the Knicks and the Celtics, and I would edge the Celtics to say they're the better team because they're the champs. And I really thought that y'all could compete with them with a Hartenstein. Not to say that y'all can't without a Hartenstein, but I don't think that Mikal Bridges does the same things that a Hartenstein does. And y'all lost Hartenstein. Y'all didn't replace him. But I do think y'all is second seed. I don't see nobody really in front of y'all besides the Celtics. So I won't front on y'all and pretend like y'all not a good basketball team. But I don't see y'all I see a small gap between the Celtics and the Knicks, but not big enough to say that the Knicks won't fight if they were to reach the conference finals with the Celtics, because that's what it seemed like. And y'all got game one, right? The Celtics and the Knicks, y'all got game one.
So yeah, we got game one. So again, losing keeping Hartenstein, that would have been amazing. That would have been amazing. But losing him is not that detrimental to the squad, gang. Like I appreciate what he does, and we also got to realize, even though he doesn't do some of the things that Hartenstein does, Mitchell Robinson, when healthy, is better than Hartenstein. He was out offensive rebounding whole teams when he was healthy. I mean, literally, they put up the stat of the top offensive rebounding teams. They didn't even put the Knicks. They just put Mitchell Robinson name. Like that's how impactful he was when he was playing. They were talking about, before he got injured, of him being a DPOY candidate, an all defensive team candidate before he got hurt. So again, losing Hartenstein definitely, I'm not gonna say that it doesn't matter, but what I'm gonna say is, like, yo, it's not that detrimental to the team when you remember how dominant Mitchell Robinson was when he was healthy. All right, now back to this game one and the Boston Celtics. We're gonna smoke those guys, bro. And Mikal Bridges is part of the reason why we're gonna smoke those guys, because exactly, we got two great wing defenders. He wasn't that great of a defender on y'all because he had to be the number one option over there. He don't have to do that here. He can focus on just primarily on the defensive end. And then we got OG. That's the matchup with their two best players, Brown and Tatum. And Porzingis is not going to start the season because he's hurt. And they're going to need him. And the question that I always ring out on Knicks and Ish, who on their team going to check Julius Randle? Who? Nobody. That's the answer. It's rhetorical. Nobody's checking Julius Randle on their team. Who they playing at the 4? They going to play Tatum at the 4? Barbecue chicken. Barbecue. If he have to guard Julius Randle, it's going to be a long night for him. Long night. And as great as a defender, I'm gonna land the plane. As great as defender Drew Holiday is, Jalen Brunson giving 40 on the regular, giving 40 pieces on the regular. They're gonna get their rings that night, and their fans is gonna leave there sad. They're gonna get hyped. They're gonna leave. They're gonna enter the building like, yeah. They're gonna leave like, I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, barbecue chicken.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see. If y'all don't know, the Boston Celtics, the Knicks, the Nets, all in the same division. I'm forgetting teams. I think Philadelphia, uh, who else? Toronto. I might be forgetting one team, but those are the division teams. So y'all gonna see the Celtics and the Knicks 4 times. All the division teams play each other 4 times. So we definitely gonna see what's what. I can only hope the Knicks need the home court advantage and the Nets are in their way. And the Nets beat the Knicks to take them out of home court advantage. Joy. Pure joy to my net fan heart. And, I don't know what's going to happen. I think the first game is January 15th. If it's not the first game, it's probably the one and only national game we got, which is terrible. If the one and only national game we got is versus the Knicks, that hurts my net fan spirit. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's versus the Lakers or something like that, where the world get to witness Bronny and Bronny James. I mean, LeBron and his son play on the same team. You know what I'm saying? If I had to pick the one and only national game, let it be that. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be versus the Knicks. Don't give us primetime television only because the Knicks. Let it be because the Lakers or Minnesota, any other team besides the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be covering all of the Nets content. You know what I mean? So we ain't gonna be big as national TV. I got 729 subscribers. I don't know if that's big as national television, but we gonna do our best. So I need all the Nets fans that see this content. When y'all see Big Fan Breezy, share, share, share. That's how you show you care, care, care. So you know what I mean? Shout out to content creators, man. We got it tough this season, man. So I'm anticipating the season, though. There's things for Nets fans to look forward to.
I pulled up the national schedule, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if NBA TV is considered national game, but I'm gonna count it. It's against. I got it. November 9th against Cleveland, and then your next one ain't until January 21st against the Knicks. Against the Knicks on TNT.
Damn.
Then y'all play NBA. Yeah, and the other three is on NBA TV towards the end of the season in March against Atlanta, Boston, and Indiana, all back to back on NBA TV. Listen, man, you made a statement about you hoping that you can keep the Knicks out of home court advantage.
Yeah.
Bro, we play y'all 5 times this year.
5?
Yeah, because of the in-season tournament. Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be the first ever 5-game in-season sweep, nigga. What you talking about? It's gonna be the first ever. Yo, Breezy, listen. I'm letting you know right now, right? Look. With all sincerity, if we sweep y'all 5 games to 0, don't show up to work no more. Don't show up
I'm
to work.
definitely coming to work. I'm definitely coming to work.
There's nothing you can tell me after that, okay?
There's no way I can duck that smoke. I better off show up to work than dodge the smoke. And nobody gonna let me dodge the smoke. If I just try to do my page and not come here, trust me. Yeah, it's not like a just, all right, I'm safe here. This is a safe place for Nets fans. Nah, they're going to be in the chat trolling. So I might as well show up to work. But I don't think it's going to be a sweep. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is Cam Johnson going to be on the team? Does he feel some type of way? Because I don't think he does. I seen him smiling from ear to ear with Mikal Bridges in the summertime. Probably on 3, say contract. 1, 2, 3. Biggest contract Cam Johnson ever got. Jeez. Like, bro, Cam Johnson was never going to get a bag like that unless Mikal Bridges helped him. So I don't think Cam Johnson's even mad. Like, yo, you left the Brooklyn Nets to go to the Knicks. That was soft. When we see you in the season, I'm going to give you work. I don't think he said none of that. You know what I mean? They ain't built that way, bro.
How could he be mad at Mikal Bridges? He got traded. Mikal Bridges didn't ask for a trade.
That's crap.
He didn't ask for a trade. That's not cap. These is facts. Yeah, it's crazy how you pick and choose what you want to believe from players. Like, you believe all the stuff that they say after at press conferences when it's pro Nets and after the game when it's pro Nets. But when they're talking on other platforms and they're telling you, I didn't ask for a trade, he said, the kind of person I am, I wanted to stick it out and make it work over there. But he got traded. So blame Sean Marks. And blame Sean Marks. You know what I mean?
The kind of person he is, the same kind of person that does a podcast on the second episode with Nick players that's rivals, the same kind of person that had a commercial. Hold on, Zari. The same person that had a commercial with Josh Hart on Chipotle, and he asked him a specific. They wasn't even talk about the Chipotle sandwich. They said, "Oh, Would you want to be my teammate again? He's giving him a lie detector test at a restaurant. I never seen two friends do that at a restaurant. You go out with your guys, y'all order your food, y'all sat down, and then y'all not even talking about how good the food is. Y'all on a Chipotle commercial supposed to promote the product. Y'all said nothing about the burritos, nothing about the tacos, nothing about none of that. Y'all talking about being teammates, and you telling me I'm supposed to trust his character? Oh, hell no. He was capping in the media. He helped y'all win every game we played versus y'all. You look at his statistic, they were doodle butter, as you would say.
Get out of here. You know why I'm not gonna let you do that?
Right.
Because when I told you first when Mikal got here, he wanted to be a Knick. He was like, no, this is what he's saying. This is what he's saying. He's saying that, and I believe him. Now, and Mikal, you act like Mikal wrote the commercial. Like, what are you talking
He definitely wrote the commercial. Josh Hart wrote it, or him. Either one of the two.
That's not how that works. A national brand is not going to let two sports athletes write their commercial. That don't make sense. It's not. That's cap. You reaching because your feelings hurt, and I understand your feelings hurt, and you reaching. You try to pretend like you don't. You try to pretend like you don't care, but there's a lot of caring I hear in your voice and in your tone when you're talking about Mikal Bridges. You got to stop putting dirt. Sean Marks made the trade. He didn't demand the trade. Sean Marks made the trade.
I wish I could pull up that commercial to just watch it to see if they talk about the Chipotles at all. Like, not taking a bite saying, yummy, man, this is great. None of that.
And you expect him just because he put on a Nets uniform to abandon his his college friends? Like, that's how you expect, like, I shouldn't talk to these guys. I should be mad at these guys because they wear orange and blue. No, he's going to be jovial with his friends. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, we take this super serious, but this is a business to them. This is a business to them. You might think, nah, it's F the other side. He's like, well, I love those guys. Those are my friends. And now he's in a happy place. He get to play for a contending team. Don't have to worry about winning 30 games again next season. Let him be happy. Let him be happy, bro. Let him be happy, bro. You sound like a bit of X right now, bro. Come on, bro.
Right. We went from KD to Mikal Bridges. Trust me, Net fans is not mad that he's not on the team. Strangely, they are optimistic for this losing season so that we could get back in the draft. Weird. Now, I'm not going to lie. I want us to be somewhat competitive. But after listening to going to 1v20 versus Nets fans said, nah, we need to be bad. We got our own pick. We bad. We can get in the draft and get us a great generational player. Excuse me, that's the song that the Nets fans is singing, the entire season. We're not even looking at losing like it's a bad thing. We're looking at like this next draft is an opportunity. Again, like I said, I wanted to see it somewhat competitive, knowing the history of how well we did late in the draft. I'm thinking maybe we could do more of the same and build with the core we got. But nobody really looks at Cam Thomas as someone that's going to be a superstar. They look at him as a fringe all-star type of player. Some fans say that he could be a great six man on a championship team. When I contrast the six men that's on other teams and see where he fits in, I think Malik Monk, Nas Reed, I think of them two. Those are, I would say, the best six men off rip. And then you got a Jordan Clarkson. So let's just say those three. I think he's a better scorer than all three of those players. Malik Monk is nice. He will be a close to saying that he could score with a Cam Thomas. But Cam Thomas is a better scorer than a lot of these six men and some two guards and then starting two guards, in my opinion. Now, I'm saying that to say that I think he should start on not just the Brooklyn Nets team. He will be able to start around the league, not probably everywhere, over every shooting guard, but he is a piece that's significant. And I don't think that we should be overlooking him like, oh, it's about this draft. Whoever we do draft, I don't think they going to be a better scorer than Cam Thomas. I think Cam Thomas is going to be, I think he's the second best scorer in the city. I will say Jalen Brunson is the first one, but after him, expect Cam Thomas to be averaging the same kind of numbers that Jalen Brunson is averaging. That's how I feel about that. I think he's the second best scorer in the city. I think
Said he's gonna
Jalen.
be averaging. Wait, home.
Yeah, I think he's gonna whatever points per game that Jalen Brunson is averaging, Cam Thomas is gonna be in that same neck of the woods, same realm of scoring.
You know, Jalen Brunson averaged 29 points a game last season.
Yes, I know this. I know this.
Oh yeah, you are drugs. Oh yeah, you are drugs. You are drugs. You are drugs, bro. It's no other way to explain it. Listen, and I got no smoke for Cam Thomas. I don't, but he ain't going to average the same amount of points as Jalen Brunson. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. Because now we're going to really see what's up, because every team, every night, their goal is, all right, we got to stop Cam Thomas. And that wasn't the case years before. Like, that wasn't the case last year. Like, they're going into the game like the only person we got to stop is Cam Thomas. Like, nah, that wasn't the game. They was focusing on stopping McCall. And the fringe benefit, we're gonna run some defense at Cam Thomas because we have to. The kid is nice. But now every night he's the guy. We're gonna see what's up. It's a different beast. It's a different beast having to be the guy all 82 games, man. You know what I mean? It's different beast.
I think he's ready for it. I do.
Especially when he don't have much offensive help. You know what I mean? Like, that's also a thing. You feel me? Like, when Cam Thomas double team, who he gonna pass it to?
Schroeder.
Who else?
He don't really have a lot of help. That's true, but that's the reason why I say he's gonna average around what Jalen Brunson averages. He might even put up more shots than Jalen Brunson because of the way our team is designed. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's gonna be a high volume shooter because we don't have a lot of offensive threats. Him, best shot creator on our team. Maybe Schroeder's next. Yeah, no, I don't count Ben Simmons. But that's it. Everybody else pretty much is a 3-and-D player. Some of these guys can put the ball on the floor, but not for real. Not like Cam Thomas. Lonnie Walker, to Frastad's point, he went to the Celtics. He made them a tougher team. If he stays on the roster, to my knowledge, he's on a 10-day roster, 10-day contract. So I don't know if he actually makes the roster, but him on that team makes them tough. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, he was the second best shot creator when him, McCall, and Lonnie Walker was on the team. It was Cam Thomas, Lonnie Walker, and then Mikal Bridges. We had a bad coach, and I think we got a better coach now. And I don't think that, and I'm saying that to say, Jacque Vaughn made Cam Thomas the third option on offense, or the fourth option. It was like Mikal, Cam Johnson, Spencer Dinwiddie, DFS. They would run sets, and Cam Thomas would be, if we were down bad, then they'll start giving him the ball on ISO situations. Like, all right, bring us back. We messed up the offense. We need you to help us score some points. But I don't think that's happening this season. To your point, yeah, they're going to double Cam Thomas. Yeah, they're going to run sets to get the ball out of his hand. I've seen Cam Thomas last season develop as an off-ball shooter, off-ball jump shooter. He was number 10 in the league for catch and shoot. So he plays some off-ball because of Spencer Dinwiddie. Not really Ben Simmons. He only played 15 games. Spencer Dinwiddie and Schroeder, and you know what I mean, all of the sets that we were running. But I would say that his game is strong on ball or off ball. You know, I don't want to say one is better than the other, but he definitely came into the league because of being of an on ball scorer. So yeah, there's really a gap between our 1A offensive guy and Cam Thomas and whoever the second option is. We really don't have a lot of offense. Any wins that we get, I imagine, is predicated on the defensive side of the ball. I'm excited to see what Jordy Fernandez does, but I don't expect much for him on the offensive side of the ball this season. I expect us to be in the bottom half of the office, 15 through 30, to be honest. And defense, hopefully we could be in the front half of that 30. You know what I mean? Maybe 13 or some shit like that. But it's gonna be tough sledding for the Brooklyn Nets, man. I'm not even going front, man. This shit gonna be a tough season. So shout out to the Nets fans that's still around after KD, Kyrie, and Harden left. But I think Cam Thomas turns the corner very well. He said he want to average. He said this season in Slam Magazine, he wanted to average north of 25 points this season. I don't see him having trouble doing that. I think he gets to 25. If Jalen Brunson was averaging 29, yeah, I think he can average between 25 to 29 points. Him saying 25 points, me saying around 28, 29 points. I think he lands somewhere in that 27, 28 point per game this season. I do.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it. Again, like I said, it takes a different kind of monster to keep up that scoring pace. 29 points a game, that's a lot, especially when you don't have any help. You know what I mean? Especially when you don't have any help. Like the reason why I feel like Jalen Brunson was able to achieve this is because he did have help from the likes of Dante DiVincenzo on a night to night basis. OG when he was healthy. You know what I mean, we did play a nice part of the season with Julius Randle. Like these things matter. You feel me? Like, and when it comes to putting up that kind of scoring number, do I think Cam Thomas is an absolute bucket? For real, I do. But at the same time, it's like we never seen him be the number one option for a whole season. You know what I mean? How is he going to work through the down periods where he go through a slump of 3 games where his shot just not working? Like we never seen him have to do that for real. Yeah, I mean, as the number one guy, you know what I mean? Like that's a different like I got Cam Thomas probably around 24 points a game, to be perfectly honest. You know what I mean? Between 20 and 24 points a game. Absolutely. But y'all gonna suck. Y'all gonna suck. Y'all gonna stink bad, bro. Y'all gonna stink bad. Uh I don't know if I believe the narrative that y'all gonna be you know, the worst team in the league. I don't know if I believe that, but y'all gonna be damn close. Y'all gonna be damn close. But on the other side, that's fact. That's facts, Fraz. You know, I've been saying it on Knicks and Ish all summer. 60-win season loading. You feel me? 60-win season loading. You know what I mean? We going without KP in their lineup for more than half of the season. I don't see Boston be able to hold the number one spot. You know what I mean? KP is not coming back until after All Star break. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't see them being able to hold that number one spot this season. I think we have a great chance at taking the number one spot. I think yeah, and I don't really see nobody like in my mind that's gonna take that from us. You know, people saying Philly gonna play some really good games. They gonna win a lot of games in the regular season. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, with the roster they have, Tyrese Maxey being who he is, Joel Embiid when he's healthy, he's one of the most dominant foul merchants that ever see the game. Uh, and they're gonna win a lot of games, man. And I ain't got no smoke for Paul George. Paul George is Paul George. You feel me? So yeah, I think between the Knicks and the Sixers is going to be what the first place race is going to look like. And I mean, I think the Boston Celtics is probably going to drop down to like third. I mean, without without KP, I think people didn't realize how much Kristaps Porzingis opened up the game for. I don't think people realize how much Kristaps Porzingis opened up the game for the Celtics, man, and how much of an X factor he was for them. And them not to have that stretch four that could shoot the three, take the ball, put it on the floor, uh, hit the midi, like be a 3-level scorer at the the four to complement what Tatum and Brown does. We about to watch Tatum and Brown go back to your turn, my turn basketball, and that's not gonna work against the elite teams. You know what I mean? So yeah, Knicks number one, 60-win seed loaded. I think the Nets is gonna probably how many teams is in the Eastern Conference? 15?
15, yeah.
Yeah, y'all probably be like 12, between 12 and 14. Facts. Looking at the play-in, praying for Cooper Flag. That's what y'all gonna be doing. I'll be praying for Cooper Flag.
I
Wow.
don't, I don't, I don't think Mets fans is. I'm banking on Cooper Flag. There are some, but because Ace Bailey, excuse me, and Dylan Harper, they going to Rutgers. In my opinion, that is the Brooklyn Nets backyard. I think there's going to be heavy scouting on Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper. They supposed to go 2-3. Everything in my experience shows me that we might get the third pick. Got the third pick. Houston got our third pick. Tatum and Brown, they were like second and third picks. So there's a lot of, in my opinion, history that reflects that we more than likely gonna get the third pick. I don't think we get the first pick. I don't.
Y'all might not even get the third pick because the way that the draft is set up now, you know what I mean? Like the lotto is different. The numbers are different on your odds of getting a number 1 to 3 pick. You know what I mean? I forgot what Detroit got. I don't think they got a top 5 pick this year. You know what I mean? And they were
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they got a top 5 pick this year, gang. And they was by far the worst team in the NBA. So
I think they got the 5th pick exactly. I'm not sure though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna figure it out right now. Hold.
Last time we was here, I remember us talking about where Zach Edey was going to land. He wound up going 9th. They was talking about him going early 20s, and then maybe I was saying teens, and then he went 9th. It's hard to say where he's going to go.
You was right. They went 5th exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They went 5th exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a crapshoot now with the draft, man. Like, you could stink real bad, not necessarily get a top 3 pick. You feel me? So like that's what's rough about like being on tank mode, man. But when you hear Cam Thomas talk, he talking like he ain't trying to tank. He said that locker room ain't got ain't no talks about tanking in that locker room, and that's stuff that I like to hear. You know what I mean? Even though he a net, I don't want to see teams and players purposely tanking. That's trash. That's bad for the sport of basketball. I mean, but yeah, to hear Cam Thomas talking about, ain't nobody in my locker room talking about tanking. I was like, that's tough talk, man. That's tough talk. Y'all still gonna be ass, but it's tough talk.
Yeah, no, I respect Cam Thomas for that because this is pretty much his second year after his rookie year. He looked at his last year like his rookie year. Like, he ain't really get no run the first 2 seasons. He got some running. This is the first time he going to be the number 1 option. I don't think he thinking about tanking because he looking at it like, yo, this is my contract year. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to play the best basketball I could play. And I'm not saying that Cam Thomas is so committed to the Brooklyn Nets that he would never leave. I really don't think that. When I did my history on Cam Thomas, he said he wanted to get drafted by the LA Lakers because he was a fan of Kobe Bryant growing up playing basketball. That's who got him into basketball. So he wanted to get drafted to the Lakers. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So, he came to the Nets, and I'm saying that to say that the Nets have to give him the right opportunity for him to want to stay. You know what I mean? We have to do the right things for him to want to stay. And I think if we were going to do that for a player, it is a player like Cam Thomas, who's been here for going on his 4th season and could have did the same thing other players did and asked for a trade, say, yo, I want to go to a contender. I, again, think that the Brooklyn Nets is best for Cam Thomas, and Cam Thomas is best for the Brooklyn Nets. Cam Thomas is best for the Brooklyn Nets because contract. And his productivity to his contract is amazing. If you're looking at it from the business side of things, he's definitely good business for the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets is best for Cam Thomas because Cam Thomas is the number one option with a long shot. You know what I'm saying? Or the easiest thing to say is he's the number one option on his team, and Cam Thomas going to a different team not necessarily makes him get the same minutes, opportunities, and shot attempts. I don't think he's the number one option on if he was to get traded to a contender for argument's sake. So yeah, it works for both parties. You know what I'm saying? It's good for Cam Thomas to stay and build on what he's going to do going into contract year, and we might have the most money to offer him with Ben Simmons coming off the books next season. Ace Bailey or Dylan Harper, I want to see how many points they put up. Cam Thomas averaged 23.5 points. He said because he got injured, he didn't average 25 in college. But anybody averaging 25 or north of 25 in this league is an elite scorer. And I think Cam Thomas is going to show us that this season. And him going into contract year is part of the reason why I feel like he's going to play with a certain, you know what I'm saying, a certain seriousness for him to, you know what I mean, get the biggest contract he could get, basically. You know what I mean? So he has his own ambitions outside of just winning to play a great brand of basketball. So I'm confident, but I can't knock that the trajectory of the team is for us to get at minimum a lottery pick. Even if it's not necessarily a top 3 pick, I know for sure they want to get a lottery pick, and they feel like they got the better chances by not quote unquote tanking, but we don't look at our team right now constructed roster wise as a championship contending team. And I think we're trying to take the necessary steps to get back there. And I think them going to the draft this season is imperative. Maybe 2026. It's hard to say what they're going to do, but we got 5 first-round picks in the 2025 draft. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with all of those picks. That's a lot of picks to have in the first round. You know what I'm saying? I can't even think of a team that had 5 first-round picks.
Y'all got most of those from us, right?
We got the Knicks and the Bucks from y'all. We got 2.
Yeah.
And
if I'm not mistaken, most of those are protected, right?
the Bucks pick is protected 1 through 4, so we could get 5 through 30 as a pick. And if we could do that, if we could get a top 3 pick and a 5 through 30 pick from the Bucks, we're gonna be in good shape. We're gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, I don't think y'all gonna get. Like I said, the Bucks pick is definitely gonna be late 20s. But yeah, you know, I was gonna say something, but I forgot. This is about Cam Thomas, but I can't remember. Oh no, it's about his contract. Yeah, he probably gonna stay, man, because rookies, if you want the bag, you got to stay with the team that drafts you, because they usually the team that got offer you the most amount of money. That's just the way that the NBA got it set up, so teams can retain their talent. So yeah, I'm pretty sure Cam is probably gonna max out on whatever his contract is, like his extension is gonna be. He's probably gonna max out there, so he's probably gonna be there for at least another extra 2 to 3 years, unless he be like, all right, I want out of here and demand a trade.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know too much about Cam Thomas personally to know if he just rather be the man on the team and get the buckets versus like playing for something that actually means something. You know what I mean? Like, because those players that just want to be the man and get the buckets, usually every time they re-up, they take all their money. They don't care. You know what I mean? And all I'm here to do is get buckets. I don't really care about winning. I don't know if that is or isn't Cam Thomas. That still remains to be seen. But you're going to find out soon enough.
Yeah, I mean, morally, I think that he's focused. I mean, you've seen KD, Harden, Kyrie in front of him. He know what it is. I think he became business savvy watching those players on the roster and everything that transpired with them. So I think he's very business savvy. He's really close to his mom. I think she's going to definitely be somebody that's integral, and you know what I mean, where he goes and stays. She's going to be, you know what I'm saying, someone not like Kevin Durant moms where you see her come to the games, but she's definitely integral based on the interviews I've seen with Cam Thomas. But yeah, to your point, to see Cam Thomas here another 2-3 years, I think while he's here, we're going to contend. For a fact,
Mhm.
I don't obviously think that we're going to contend this year. Next year, I would say no from here, from where I'm at right now in 2024. I would say no. For the next 2 years, I don't think we contend. But going into that third season, I do think that we trying to build some potential to be a playoff team or contend. But I would say a playoff team at first. I think it takes. I think a full rebuild for the Brooklyn Nets looks about 3 to 4 seasons. After 3 seasons, y'all should expect us to contend. If we contended before 3 seasons, I would be surprised.
So
I would be
you
surprised.
you said something about a player's mom, and I did. You know, I've been getting shout out to Mrs. Nix. Uh, she been texting the group chat. You know, Julius Randle moms follows Knicks and Ish, and she was just DMing and commenting on the Knicks and Ish DM. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mama Randall, you know what I mean, for being tapped in with the good fellas and lady. You know what I mean? That's pretty fucking dope. Uh, but yeah, as long as Sean Marks is at the helms, man, y'all doomed, bro. I don't know why you won't get that through. Y'all need to start a campaign to get Sean Marks fired, bro. Because ain't y'all not gonna contend as long as he's the GM. He's bad at his job, bro. He's really bad at his job. Y'all gotta pack him up. If y'all want to contend, y'all gotta pack up Sean Marks, bro. Y'all gotta pack him up.
I mean, he ain't well. His strong suit is the draft, and he hired his Jeff Peterson man, 100 grand pots and pans, and again BJ Johnson, who they reported helped recruit Nick Claxton, and I think maybe Jalen Wilson. So I'm saying that to say, dude, draft history, Sean Marks he's done better than he did in the free agency. And the Nets focus is the draft. If we had to focus on the free agency and building the team that way, I would say, yeah, you know what I mean? Sean Marks should go somewhere else. But for him to appoint a BJ Johnson to the assistant general manager, who was Jeff Peterson's right hand man once again, is important to me because he stayed in house. He didn't look outside of the Nets organization for us to find our guy, and I like that. You know, it shows that you see potential on and you hire up. You know what I'm saying? So Sean Marks being in charge of who we picked in the draft, yes, scary. But that's not necessarily the job of the GM. And I only know this because I watched the interview of Voice of the Nets, and Jeff Peterson was the guest, and he explained the duties of an assistant GM. That's how I know that the assistant GM is the actual one doing the drafting of the scouts. So case in point, y'all hear me talk about Cam Thomas. That wasn't Sean Marks. That was Jeff Peterson. Yeah, anybody that we drafted was talented. It wasn't Sean Marks. That was the assistant GM. The GM handles the free agent contracts. KD, Kyrie, Harden, all Sean Marks. Ben Simmons, Sean Marks. So yeah, fans are gonna say, yeah, get Sean Marks out of here. I've even heard Nets fans holler at the top of their lungs. But again, the significance of going forward is the draft, not the free agency. So I say him appointing the new assistant GM was the win. You know, he's not going to be the one accountable for who we draft. That's not his responsibility. He, I imagine, signs off on it. Like, oh, okay. But he's not the one doing the due diligence, going to the games, scouting, finding out who will be the best fit. And guess what? They're going to be looking for the best fit next to Cam Thomas, especially according to what T-Tom just said as far as contracts. If he's going to be here for the next year or two, they want to have somebody that's going to pair up with a Cam Thomas. They said Dylan Harper is like Jalen Brunson. a 6'5" Jalen Brunson. I don't know how true that is, but this was his NBA comparison. I seen Dylan Harper in an interview. He said Cade Cunningham is his favorite player. If he's a scorer like Cade Cunningham or Jalen Brunson, and he on a team, I'm cool with it. They said Ace Bailey out of his own mouth said KD is his GOAT. If KD develops a game like, and again, what people got to remember about Kevin Durant is Kevin Durant game, part of it, big part of it is efficiency. It ain't necessarily always the crossovers or this and that. It's the efficiency, him being able to see over defenders with hands in his face because he's taller than a lot of defenders and shoot the long ball at the efficiency that he does. I don't know if we get that out of Ace Bailey. I'm actually going to cover Rutgers basketball. You feel what I mean? I got time. Shit, the Nets, my Nets content gonna be like, we lost tonight. Good night. I could just do that and then get into some Rucker content. Now I'm joking, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do Rucker content because we, in my opinion, the Nets are scouting Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper, and I'm going to do Nets content, obviously. So again, enough about the Nets. Before we go, I went and I hope y'all hitting that like button. I hope y'all sharing it.
Now, before you do that,
What
hold on.
what up?
I want to address some things you said about Sean Marks. Yeah, I don't care how good he draft game. The conversation was steered towards y'all being, in the playoffs or contenders in the next 3 or 4 years. The other weak parts of his abilities as a GM is what you need to become a playoff team and a contender. You need to be able to make good trades, and you need to be able to sign good free agent. He does neither. He does neither. You know what I mean? And this is why you need to pack him up. And as far as him hiring Ayo first name and last name to be the assistant GM, because he was in-house. How that worked out for y'all with Jack Vaughn hiring in-house? It didn't work well. You know what I mean? Just because they in-house, that don't mean they the perfect fit for the job. Sean Marks, on that aspect, as far as hiring staff, that's another weak part of his game. That's another weak part of his game. Like, again, things won't really get better for the Nets until y'all hire a competent GM, bro. And Sean Marks has proven over the last 3 to 4 years that he's not that. Just look at Ben Simmons sitting on your bench collecting 40 mil. Just look at it. Just look at it in all his glory.
That's terrible. He sullies the locker room. I can't wait till he off the team. But yeah, no, again, Sean Marks got something to prove. I really feel like Joe Tsai is, because he the first GM that Joe Tsai hired, he gives him that extra leeway. Like, all right, you know what I mean? But I do think this is his last chance to get it right. If there's not quote unquote success from a Brooklyn Nets perspective from a Sean Marks this season, I don't know how long he holds that seat. But we will see. But yeah, no, I just wanted to ask about the Western Conference. What you think about them? You know what I mean? I feel like Rob Dillingham getting added to the Minnesota Timberwolves is a good look. My son, he likes them a lot. He always talks about them. Um, Dallas, I would say they still want to be competitive. Uh, Denver, I don't want to count them out. They're not far removed from NBA champions. Uh, Somebody said the Lakers. I doubt it. Memphis, with the addition of Zach Edey, they're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. I got them at 4. I got them a top 4 team, but I got them at 4. I might have OKC, Minnesota, and Denver in front of them, but I got the Grizzlies right there. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much the strong teams that I see. I could speak on the other teams, but nah, those
OKC,
are the top 4 teams.
OKC coming out the West, man.
Mm-hmm. It's
OKC
hard to
coming out the
debate that.
West.
Yeah, it's hard to debate that, man. Isaiah Hartenstein on that team, but why you say that? Why you say that?
One, because the addition of Isaiah Hartenstein on that team, it was a big addition, especially because that was one of the weak points of their game was rebounding. You know what I mean? As tall as Chet is, he ain't really a great rebounder. Then you add somebody like Isaiah Hartenstein to that team that has a very high motor, that's tough. And then you also gotta you account for the maturation process of that team. You know what I mean? Like everybody's a year older, a year better. You know what I mean? You're gonna see a better Shea. You're gonna see a better what's the Williams kid with the Meek
Jalen
Mill
Williams.
braids? Yeah, with the one with the Meek Mill braids.
Yeah,
He
straight
he
back.
him he's gonna get better. Chet's gonna get better. I think getting rid of Josh Giddey off the team was huge for them because I don't think Josh Giddey game fit for the way OKC played. Like, yes, he's tall, pause, and he's long. You know what I mean? But I don't think he played with the same defensive intensity as the rest of the roster. You know what I mean? Then you got Isaiah Joe coming off the. That's his name, Isaiah Joe. But yeah,
Yeah.
uh, he's coming off the bench. That kid, when he's on fire, he's scary. You know what I mean?
Caruso.
Then you add Caruso. You know what I mean? Another defensive part of the aspect. That was a big pickup for them. You get him to. He's not going. Caruso get buckets put on him, but he makes it difficult for guys like Ant and other wing scorers. You know what I mean? Like so. Is yeah, I got OKC coming out the West, man. I think Denver, it was huge them losing Caldwell Pope. Michael Porter Jr. I think is gone. Never I mean, yeah, it never spring the rock Porter, facts. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, I mean, those are two big losses for that team. Um, and they didn't really get no more help for Joker. You know what I mean? Like Joker's on and off splits are ridiculous. Like when Joker's on the bench, that team is ass. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
that team is ass. So yeah, I don't really see them making a step. Minnesota, that's tough. Yeah, I mean that's tough. But in the playoffs, we watched Cat do a disappear acts. Yeah, I mean they had him sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter in the playoff game one game. That shit is crazy. You somebody that's making $50 million a year sitting on the bench in a close fourth quarter game in the playoffs is absolutely absurd. You know what I mean? Uh,
Word.
but but yeah, it's tough. Naj Reid is tough. I think they're gonna be like there's gonna be a fight between them and OKC for the number one seed. I like the addition of Clay to the Mavericks. That was tough, but I don't see them getting back to the finals. You know what I mean? I really don't see them getting back to the finals. The Lakers is probably gonna be fighting to stay out of the play-in. To be perfectly honest, Lakers gonna be fighting to stay out the play-in. Uh, it's gonna be dope to see LeBron and Bronny on the court at the same time. That's gonna be fire. You know what I mean? Some people saying that it won't happen. Bronny don't deserve the minutes. I'm saying it's too much fucking money to be made for them not to put Bronny on the court with LeBron James. It's too much money to be made. Niggas is tuning in to
Obviously.
see that. I'm tuning in to see that, gang. Like
Yeah.
I don't really watch Lakers game, but I'm gonna watch Lakers games because I want to see Bronny and Braun on the court at the same time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fringe playing team. Who else is worth mentioning? Oh, you said Memphis. Memphis gonna be tough. They in my
Yeah.
mind with John Morant back, they're probably gonna be top four. You know what I mean? They're probably gonna be top four. Uh, Cause you got to remember what they was doing before John Morant got hurt or whatever
Yeah.
happened. He got hurt this time, right? Or he
It's
got
kind of
suspended.
it's the he got hurt this when he came back from the suspension, like
Yeah,
4 games after. They went on like a 4 game win streak, and then he hurt his shoulder. But to your
yeah,
point, it's the same thing when John Morant was off of the team. With who you just said with Denver, if when Jokic sat on the bench, you know what I'm
mhm,
saying. But I think Grizzlies got hit with the injury bug crazy. I don't think it was
yeah,
just John Morant. It was like the whole
Mark,
starting five. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Marcus
was crazy.
Smart. Uh, I think the only healthy person for a long period of time was Desmond Bain, and then he got hurt. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Hmm.
they was decimated by injuries. But yeah, I got them top four. Who else is worth mentioning on that side? The
I would say
Suns.
that.
Barry ain't gonna
Mhm.
want to hear this, but the Suns ain't gonna be good, man.
I'll say they 6. I'll give them 6, 7. because of Tyus Jones, and they got an actual point guard that can facilitate. And they got a good assist turnover ratio. So
Tyus
I
Jones.
give them that.
I forgot they got Tyus Jones. That's tough. They needed that. They're going to be better than 6. They're going to be top 5 probably. They're going to be top 5. L.A.
Five.
Clippers. L.A. Clippers is probably not going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, it's over for them.
Yeah.
It's over.
Kawhi physically just can't stay healthy. It's not a want thing. It's just something that he can't do. Right. So there's that. And James Harden is also an injury prone guy. So you got 2 injury. Both of your stars is injury prone. Y'all did nothing to improve your team in the offseason. Y'all traded away Paul George. No, he ain't traded away. He just signed. Y'all lost Paul George for absolutely fucking nothing. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, they're not going to make the playoffs this year. They'd probably be a playing team.
The Kings is the only team that I didn't mention that might kick up some dust, but because of DeRozan on the team. But second round, I give them the second round maybe.
Rosen is a bucket, but he's another guy on that team that can't shoot 3-pointers. Like, Fox is not a good 3-point shooter. He's not a good 3-point shooter, bro. Then you got DeRozan, not a good 3-point shooter. You know, Sabonis, he doesn't shoot threes. Like, that's 3 of your starting 5. I don't who they got at the 4. I don't even know. I don't even know who they got at the 4.
I know they got the 5 is Sabonis, and I think Keegan Murray should be the 3/4. Harrison Barnes got traded, but like you said, there's no one definite, like definitive that I could say, oh, all right, that's they 4. This team might be in trouble. So you know what I'm
With
saying?
You know, with the top of the the Western Conference looking the way it is, I see them having a hard time like staying out of the playing conversation. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that the Kings are a bad team; they're a really good team. It's just I feel like the teams that I mentioned before are just that much better than them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Hold
So yeah,
on, but
I'm ready to pack this up soon. So yeah,
yeah, no, I just did that's pretty much it. I wanted to speak on that. Much ain't happened. We covered everything that happened in the last 2 months. But I hopefully we'll be back next Sunday. So we could
I work next
let
Sunday.
y'all know about the fan game on the following Sunday.
I work next
Um,
Sunday.
okay. Oh no, next Saturday. Next Saturday, good.
Saturday I work every other weekend. I work, gang. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we'll try to definitely have a podcast before the next fan game. And shout out to JJ, man. Shout out to Barry and T Tom and everybody, you know what I mean, that was adamant about it, still want to do it. I definitely still want to do it. You know what I'm saying? And we be back with more content soon. We'll get y'all more accurate uh day and time. But for now, man, that is good to be back, man. It's good to be back. Shout out to Nets fans. We the best fans.
Fact,
You know what I'm saying?
fact, fact.
Yeah, man. Shout out to y'all. Salute, man. We be back be back with more content soon.
And we about to change the name to We Know Who Run the City because we know who run the city.
Nah, man. We not changing the name to that, man.
We know who run the
Hell no.
city. We
Yo,
know who
stop
run
it.
the city.
Yeah, stop trolling me. So, my son.
In that house,
Yeah, no, this a hat that I had him for. He had got this hat for years, and he kept it. And like we found it somewhere in the, um, I forget. I don't even have a backstory. I don't even know how this hat got here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how this hat got here, but huh? Nah, I definitely didn't. I gotta go talk to my son to get this correct, because there's no way he gonna be spreading this propaganda. Not my boy. Not
yeah.
my boy. But nah, man. Shout out to y'all. You know what I mean? We be back with more content soon. But peace, y'all.
Peace out. Yeah.
You can say it's funny for that, right?
You said that.